This is crazy. Every single time Sengoku gets picked against him and it comes out on this map and he keeps losing to him. Is it finally the day? Is it finally the matchup where B can actually beat these pesky Japanese variants? Let's find out. We hop into game number 3 of our grand finals where B is on course for a clean sweep run up against Wham. But Sengoku has been his kryptonite time and time again. It has been the barrel for his marrow. Because if you're really bad at Donkey Kong, you always got hit by the barrel. The hand magically healed in the last game? No, we're going to like test if it's healed. Because that's the only way you really figure it out. Is by trying to break yourself. So what's the strat going to be here? With Ayabids, I mean, in theory, this is a pretty good matchup for Sengoku because you don't do anything. They just get the Yatais for free. Even if you go for the play into like a Desert Raider timing, it's quite slow, isn't it? Also, do you really want to be building Desert Raiders against ninjas plus Yari Cavalry? Polls say no? I mean, this has got me curious. Like, and this is the cool thing about always having new civs come in. I know one of the two players are highlighting, like, what was it? Wasn't Marino done an interview where he's like, oh, a lot of people are just playing bad right now because we don't know what's what, we don't know how things work or whatever. Was it Marino? I think he maybe says something along those lines in an interview. It's like, we just don't know. And some players back that up. But I'm kind of okay with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a built different in the brain, but I like the idea of just having all these new avenues to be explored and figured out and reacted to, rather than having the chess-like approach of like, I've played this for 20 years and I know the strategy going for it, and it's like basically it's a path to perfection rather than a path to reaction, if that makes sense. I think what I'm trying to get at is I'm a much bigger fan of the exploratory phases of metas than the ironclad phase of metas. Because to me, ironclad, like, I want to be able to get into games and regularly feel like I'm seeing different things done and explored. You know, I get bored when I'm at a casting point where I don't think I know everything in Age of Empires 4, but when I'm able to call the exact strat, the overarching strat at the start of the game, I feel like that's when we're at maybe kind of a boring point. It's just not as enjoyable to me then, because you just don't get that gleeful aura of, wow, this is different. So I'll always be for adding more crap to games. Whoop, whoop. He's more mad at the sniping format, the multiplayer matchups by 4. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, sniping is kind of intriguing in some ways. It's like, you have to think of sniping as the drafting format changing with new civs. Maybe it's a bit overloaded. But the whole concept is kind of intriguing. Like, we were highlighting, I think we had one series where Sengoku got let through. And yeah, I remember actually towards the end of the S tier tournament, my memeful like go-to is how many games do you think Sengoku's going to get sniped in? Because there is an interesting strategy there where, like, because Sengoku was seen as like borderline OP, if you kept trying to ram it down your opponent's throat, you knew what he wasn't going to ban, your other pick. So then you just draft something that was really good. So it's kind of unique. There's loads of different approaches. It reminds me of the strategies in the early days where we had throwaway civs, you guys remember? Where, like, you'd pick a bastards when you were 2 games up because your opponent would have to waste a good civ. That's why I find, like, our format with this grand final interesting. Like, for example, if Wham starts to reverse sweep and we go to a game 7, what would then happen is they could reuse civs they lost with before. So that's another thing that has to be in your mind. It's a very crazy kind of twist for that game 7. So Stable's coming in from B. I guess he's going to be adding in a Desert Raider then. We wondered if he'd actually bother to do it with Yari Cavalry on the other side. It is only a double Yatai build, so Wham wasn't crazy greedy, but he's going to add in the third one as he techs. Yeah, he was quite tame as well, no? He didn't go for the boar at all, which did surprise me. Because technically the boar's your free meal ticket at the start of the game. Because your opponent will not build anything in the Dark Age. Io has the same plan, Dervish into Castle. Does it have any other unique plans? We sometimes see Growthwing into, like, maybe DR. Growthwing into Dervish is more typical. We've had, like, I think in KPMM in the last month worth of games, we've had Is it 1 or 2 gamble win games? It's a bit rarer. Looks like Dervish is going to be able to scout out exactly where he is. Bit of a blind punt of faith, actually. He's going to run past it, so no one knows where the Yatai is. With double Desert Raider, technically you can kill Yatais quite easily, guys. Because you have good base damage on your melee, and you have good movement speed as well as attack speed. So with double Dervish, you can just keep body blocking his snipe. So yeah, wham, if he's naked castling, he's going to end up losing a Yatai. But there we go. It's going to be stables plus the racks. Okay. Spear, Yari. He, of course, moving across. So this is cool. He can use the Dervish to body block. Is he actually going for worker kills? He is, which is a bit unusual. He doesn't know about the deer at the back either. So this is a bit of a blind punt of faith. I guess he didn't see the Yatai. Shinobi spawn. And Yari Spear arrive. If that grenade connects, that's a dead camel. Does dodge it, though. Okay, so, like, I guess B's kind of happy with this. He's adding in extra DRs. He's poke raiding at multiple angles. His opponent has already used the Shinobi defensively, which means he's got no pressure onto his base. So he can just now extend towards a castle play without an immediate counter assault. Oh my god, seriously, the healing. The healing is kind of a game changer against the ninjas, actually. Does need to be careful. DRs could start to poke engage, but you've got to respect those Yari. Third Desert Raider should be the turning point. If he just comes in with a fresh one and melees. Yep, turns for it now. And wham, quick reaction to get away. Yeah, like there's an argument that Iabids kind of have more options on the landmark choices than any other civ in the game, because there's at least 2 options that I'd say are on the menu. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you remember that most other civs only have 2 landmark choices per age, you know? Like Vortex's castle industry build where he sold the stone and dropped a lot of production. I don't even know. Was that Vortex's build? I'm not even sure who done that first. Because for me, I'm pretty sure B was the first person. I don't know, though. There's always the weird thing when we go, oh, the Vortex build or whatever. A lot of the time, it's not necessarily that person first. But, you know, my favorite one is when you're like, oh, yeah, actually, that's kind of true. But no one ever remembers that Tommy 6969 420 done it first. Industry wing now coming in from B. So it is going to be, what, will he go 2TC or just go for the cell? I think tempo is pretty important against Sengoku. I've seen Iabid players die from just trying to greed this. In fact, B had this problem, Iabid versus Sengoku, I think last week or the week before, where a dive came in and he just died to Mounted Samurai with 2TC play. So that one's got to be fresh in his mind. I think the army was bigger from the Sengoku player by now, though. Yeah, he's just trying to be a nuisance. I'm going to get blocked out on the easy dive in. Allows for the extra gold gathering. The more gold coming in, the more likely this is going to be the 2TC play. Because it means he doesn't need to sell as much. Tommy 69, 69, 420 is a tear on the ladder. I know, right? He's tearing everyone up. You know, he's pooping off all the time up there, man. Like, no one can stop him. He's crapping on everyone below. All right, Sake Brewery soon to complete. Matsuri's not crazy, no? Yeah, it's only 10%. It's pretty weak. He only played third hot dog stand when he aged up, right? I feel like he should be at 15% already. But the food gathering hasn't been crazy, especially on this one, as they started to dwindle the sheep count, you know? Down to 43. And then obviously the southern hot dog stand has only been at 32. Well, been higher than that before with the extra deer, but never insane. And it's the difference the boar makes, really. And here's another one for you. Another difference maker. Relic game. 5 seconds out, and then B is going to be able to vacuum 2 relics straight away. Yari aren't going to be quick enough to stop that either. In fact, the Yari could easily lose the fight if they even try here. 4 Desert Raiders should definitely beat that. is so defensive as well. Veterancy is on the way for them. Good old Doko Koji's. Gold gathering on this is kind of crazy. Nice. Wololo blocks the raid attempt. Allows time for the outpost to go. Remember, he can play into emplacements here. It's quite a popular play, actually, with this type of stone gem from the industry. Just gives you the defense at home so you can play full raid. Remember, Pigeon's view is very much about raiding. With all the stealth forest, all the angles of approach, Raider tends to win the game more often than not here. I think he's balancing out the idea that he might be able to get away with 2 GC. Until he sees what kind of commitment Wham's going for, it doesn't make sense just to build the Springles unnecessarily. Especially with the amount of gold he's been eating up. It's already down to 1,400, so I actually like the discipline here from B to not just click the buttons because he can. This would have been a cool little ambush, apart from the fact B has full vision. So yeah, he can just back away. Even baits the Shinobi. Okay, you got 40 seconds to do something magical. Wait, what's the scout doing, though? Wait, what? Oh, he's trying to drag attention to buy time for the relic grab. Wollo's going to come out. He can body block this. Needs to body block it better, though. And the Wollo... Oh! Panics him a little. Does end up killing the units instead. But buys a lot of time. Camel Lancers do need to keep running because the grenades have connected. Pulls back towards the outpost. Has got a Sprune placement there, though. And that's going to be enough to scare him away. I cannot believe that. Cam Lancers now recommit. The Spearman in a bit of a scramble here. Yeah, the Dervish hangs around with the bonus heal. That's going to allow him to beat them back. Oh, man. We're going for a dive, but now because that's Springwood, you won't want to go any further. That was a madman's fight. B, with a healthy dose of Camel Lancers still to follow. And he did get this Springwood back up over here. So gets penetration value, shoots into these arriving cavalry. Still has the Relic running around with him, by the way. Oh my god. B's a madman. Nah, that's 4 Relic gaming. Make it 5. Oh my god. How the hell? Oh, okay. No. Now this makes more sense. I was about to say, I was like, look at the map. I was like, where did this one go? Yeah, the wall. I don't know actually why he would have pathed there. I guess it kind of forced him. So it will be 4 relics. Wham can at least get 1. Even has queued up the Iko Iki. The fabled Wham's walls have arrived. We know them well. What's next for B? Never went for the second TC, remember. He chose the emplacements instead. Cam Lancer's going to try to creep in. Wait. He got it again? No. Wololo? Oh, he didn't quite get the blocker. Shinobi are going to spawn as well. Camel Lancers need to bail on this. Not easy to do so, though. Spearman also arriving. The body blocks are there. Wham moving with the formation. Does get another clip. There's going to be a few more Camel Lancers going down. Great usage of the ninjas. He even gets the follow-up connect. I mean, it didn't split up the micro tool. Just thought he'd get away with gluttonously clicking off. Sprint placements will stop any continuous assault from Wham. Actually baits a few Spearmen to their death, so balances it out a bit more, but still a great fight for Wham. Diving will at least find 1 worker kill, but costs him a knife. Behind this, we have now got, what, almost a max out Masuri? Yeah, just 5% to go. And that's when we can start thinking about farms here. B, on the other hand, is still just playing pocket economy, limited resources. I mean, it's paying off in some ways. 14 Camel Lancers now. And always never forget this healing. Like, this is a really important detail. Sengoku, unless they go Ryokan, which you don't tend to do if you want to win, they don't have healing. The only way they're going to heal is if their Iko Iki fights. Because remember, their Monk, when he attacks, gives a healing AoE. But that's a weird situational element that's hard to achieve. Whereas the longer you don't fight, with the Dervish play, Ibids essentially become like French knights with chivalry. trying to creep that ball now. He's up half a dozen more knights. He getting the archer count together to try and deal with this spearman wave, though. That will only cost 3 trees to build. It's kind of impressive, isn't it? That you could get all of this from this tiny anemic tree. Like, they must be just compressing it, and it's just a paper wall. There you go, guys. For all the people like, the game needs to remain realistic. I would like to checkmate this moment. Because if that's 150 wood, I didn't know that wood could look so much like stone. Mind you, actually, now that I think about it, it's Japan, isn't it? So, you know, masters of origami and whatnot, believable. Double Sacred Strike rather now locked in. Has got the abandoned outpost division. Grenade connect again. B, oh god. Is he just going to try to run away? He is. Might want to bail off the last few at the back here just to escape. The ninja's just so fast like this. Looks like he has broken away successfully, though. And what is up, Log? Appreciate the raid, bud. Last turn to poke him back. I've got to give it to him. Wham has been impressing with these ninjas. Ninjas that have been heavily nerfed. We're showing you what you can do if you're on point with the APM. Another worker will go down. But he's still just kind of getting exposed in his flanks a bit. Outpost party will begin. Wham setting up to lock in that boar. While B is now switching into the crossbowman. So looking to directly answer the samurai. Wham has a bit of a fragile build here, though, folks. He only has 1 estate, thus only 1 attack speed buffer. And with crossbows added in by B, the daimyo is very easy to stun. Which means you could lose one of your biggest boons in these fights. It's the thing that basically makes them favored against camel lancers, actually. 15% attack speed buff versus 20% debuff on attack. Then you add in the health difference. It makes sense why Mounted Samurai can beat the camel lancers. Still no sign of farms, actually. Oh, Lancer is at least going to scout this out, but will end up dying to the combo meal. Does at least take the Mounted Samurai with him. So that one spearman should really be able to do anything. But it is a little warning to B that his flank is not safe. We do have the farm tech. Yatai Farm Gatherer coming in. So he's going to have the extra hot dog stand food from these. Overall, like, economically, I think my concern here for B is where are your farms? Where is your scaling? He needs a big win in a fight, or he needs to find a transition himself. More worker kills on the north side here. Now with 4 worker lead. Army value lead isn't crazy for B either. It's starting to make this game pretty weird. I do like these burnt in. I'd love to see him just pull a few camel lancers rather to go raiding. But wow, he's already insulated himself in the corner just in case. That samurai, well, hold on a sec. B sees these. They are alone. Wham sees that he's been scoured. We'll just run by. Just kiting out. I mean, this is such a toxic ability, the movement speed. Makes it so difficult to ever hunt them. Archers could intercept the spears, which would be a big win for B. If he gets the timing right here. The problem is, I think Wham doesn't see it, but he senses it. Does move away. He's got a few knights waiting in the wings. Ambush, though. Gets the shinobi in there again. B, the movement speed malice is a problem. Archer's trying to catch up. We'll be able to deter the spears. We are playing with fire here. You see why Sengoku is so scary on this map. That ability to just spring ninjas on you on 80% of the map is insane. That samurai have slipped in again. Will slip out. Cam Lancer's trying to force the commitment. Wham, looks to retreat. His army is a little bit split here. This isn't the full count. The B, what just happened to the numbers? Oh my god. He's blobbing so fast. Archer Spear's coming out of every orifice possible. And they're even in the engagement already. He commits to the clash. The AoE healing's going to go a long way. And Wham ain't going to go any further than this. B is speedrunning this finals. 1 game away from victory. The curse has been broken. He finally finds a way to best Sengoku in the hideout.